I started using just the book, The Symphony of Reflexes, and went to the section that had the exercises I saw Bonnie doing at our homeschool co-op, and I started doing those with my children and grandchildren every time we'd get together, saying, you know, we're going to do some fun outside wiggle stuff to get them, you know, to calm down. But it was doing that, and I was seeing progression. Then my 23-year-old daughter hurt her ankle, and she's a semi-driver, a delivery person, and she ended up having to have surgery in May on her ankle, very extensive surgery. And I called Jamie and said, okay, I'm ready to buy the VLP and the mat. So after her surgery, immediately 3 times a day, 20 minutes each, I started using the PMF and the ultrasound hand unit, and that became part of her physical therapy. And when she was finally able to get to the physical therapy, they couldn't believe how fast she was progressing. And so I would lay on the PMF mat every night to get refreshed, and then I'd take that off and use the unit on her during the day. And then in August, they found out that it still wasn't enough, and she had to go in for a second scraping of a bone. And so when that happened, I again started again. And this time I went ahead and purchased the handheld QRI, and I started using the cold laser as well as the PMF and the ultrasound. And again, the physical therapists were just amazed, and even the doctor commented every time, you are so much farther along than anybody I've ever done before. And we explained to him the reason why, because we're using the QRI and the VLP. And of course, at the same time, being the mom, I still have 3 teenagers at home besides this one that's not at home. It was very exhausting, and to carry on with regular life and do that. So when I saw the benefits of this, then I decided that my father, who has dementia, who is in his late 70s, and my mom, who's 75, who's had circulation issues and heart bypass surgery, why wasn't I using it on them? And it was just like one of those deja vu moments. So I ordered 2 mats, and I'm the first person to ask them to install 2 ports for 2 mats in a VLP machine. And they said, we'd never thought about it before, we can. So it's the machine at night is between my mother and father's bed. But the neat thing about it was my mom didn't realize how much it was doing for her till I sent the machine in to be updated. And when I did that to add the extra port, she began to have terrible leg cramps that she used to have that mysteriously went away. Well, it went away because she was sleeping on the VLP mat every night. And when that mat was gone, I would have to go over and massage her legs to get her out of bed because she couldn't even get out of bed. She would call me on the phone and say, please come help. Your dad has to go to the bathroom and we have to take him because that's how far he is in dementia. And she couldn't do it because she couldn't get out of bed. So she's had it back for 2 days now, and she hasn't had 1 leg cramp again. So we know it's the VLP mat. And my father, with his late stage dementia, I usually have to get him up and take him to the bathroom. She takes him one time, and then at 3 o'clock in the morning, I come over and take him another time. And he slept all night the last 2 nights that he's been on this VLP mat. And last night, for the first time, and I don't know when, he actually dreamed because he was talking in his sleep, and he never gets that much into a deep sleep. So I am just abundant of exercises and examples of how my family has benefited in this